to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on the tag for day 5, I believe. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the tag for day 5, and today for the Uncommon Guild's Enchanted Spring Tag Challenge. It's a virtual challenge. We are doing this in lieu of a swap this month, and so today's secret ingredient is rain. So last night I was playing around trying to figure out what I wanted to do for this tag, and I think I'm going to go with kind of an enchanted moon rain kind of a theme. We'll see how this works out, but I do like how this turned out. So I just took some ice stickles and kind of drip dropped it into this glass vial. Let's see if you can see this. But yeah, just kind of drip dropped it so it's like, in drips down the sides, and then had some down in the bottom of this glass vial. So kind of like a collected rain, I guess. So it's kind of like raindrops. But so I'm going to use that, and then the tag will be, kind of like this is the specimen, and then the tag will be, describing it or whatever. So I put that in last night and let it dry overnight, and it turned out, pretty good. I like how it turned out, So then I made a little tag for it this morning. It says Enchanted Moon Rain, and so I'm going to put that little label on there. I'm going to distress the edges a little bit, but anyway, I'm going to get going here, and I'll speed this up, and we'll see where this goes. Okay, so getting started here, I'm just going to distress my little label for my rain bottle, just adding some different colors of distress ink around it, kind of making the edges darker, trying to make it look a little older. And first attempt I was going to glue it onto the bottle, but then the glue wasn't sticking, so it was kind of dryish, and so I just put some sticky tape on it, and that worked pretty good. Here I'm just distressing the cork a little bit, adding a little bit of ink to it. And now I'm going to be working on the tag, adding some white paint, doing some finger painting. It's kind of a, getting in touch with my art. It's a little fun to get your fingers wet. So here I'm just using kind of a baby wipe to add paint. These aren't really baby wipes, they're more like puppy wipes that I had gotten years ago. But I use them and use them and use them until there's just nothing left of them. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. And then I just dried it with a heat gun, and now I'm stamping a date stamp. It's kind of like an all-inclusive. You can mark off what date it is, and I'm going to set that aside because I wasn't sure how I'm going to use it. And then I realized I had these little dots that I had punched out with a hole punch from another project. And these are the ones I had left over, so I was like, well, I'll just add that for a little texture. And then I realized, well, those can be raindrops, so that's what I'm working on here, adding the raindrops across my tag, since I have the floral stenciled background. And so yeah, I'm just going to put those on there. And as soon as I've got them all on there, I decide, well, I'm going to put lines, making them fall from the sky. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. It's just, adding some outlines to them, and adding a little bit of depth. Now I'm using the foundation brush that I got at the Dollar Tree to add distress ink around the edges of the tag, and in between the raindrops, because I want the whole tag to be a little bit darker, but I wanted the raindrops to be highlighted, so I'm going around them so they kind of look like they're glowing, sort of. And then I realized this stamped image is too wide, kind of covers up too much of my tag, so then I just cut it down and used the pieces, gluing on the word March, and then the rest of it down. And here I'm using a really, really old stamp pad that's dry, so I'm adding water to it, and it's kind of like one of my favorite colors. So, and it matches the color of the stickles that's inside the glass tube very well. So I thought, well, I'll go back in and I'll add just a little bit of color. So I've got the little raindrops with just a little pop of color. So I'm almost treating this like a watercolor, and I think it turned out pretty good. So here I am adding the cork, adding some tape to the cork so it'll stay in the bottle, and adding a little eyelet screw and some glue so that it won't come out. And then I'm taking my galaxy marker and just going over the lines that I had drawn because they just were very faint, and I wanted it to be a little bit more prominent. So I think it turned out pretty cool. So yeah, now I'm just marking in the date and trying to decide what I want to put in the top. So with the bottle, I added this large jump ring so it can go through the fibers. And I tried tying it onto this one and then realized that that piece was too short, so I cut a longer piece of jute. And then the rest of this is just some yarn that I had on hand that matched the colors pretty well. So I'm tying on the bottle and then adding the fibers to the top of the tag. Then I'm deciding that I need a little bit something more, and so I used the same floral stencil I used on the tag before, and just adding a little bit of flowers down at the bottom in the same blue that I used on the... Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Definitely some of my favorite colors. I love that I was able to incorporate the turquoise. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. You know, it's got its vintage style so that it, you know, kind of matches with the other ones. So, pretty happy. A little less grungy, but still my age distressed stuff that I like. Let's see. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I'm about to work on the video to announce my 700 subscriber giveaway challenge, and hopefully you guys will come back and join in that. Hopefully I will have that video up by today. If not, it will be tomorrow. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!